All right, we got the defendants present, represented by counsel. Kept an eye on juror number 12 during the examination. I'm going to move her closer to the bailiff so that if she is struggling at all, she can stand up and do whatever she needs to do to ensure that she is not struggling. I made eye contact with her a number of times and did note that she was struggling. I will note, though, she didn't fall asleep. But that was not the issue, but it did look like she was having problems. And hopefully, by moving her this afternoon, we'll remedy that, and it will not be an issue for the parties or for the court. You're going to give her a flask, Mr. Sheffield?
Sorry?
You give her a flask.
Slowly adding up the number of fingers that will be
Last this evening.
Oh, sorry, not flat, carafe, I should have said.
This is the best coffee cup because it drinks on all sides. Throw it anywhere. Stays hot all day. It's called Chantal.
You just made a friend somewhere.
The plug.
A
plug.
Apparently somebody's earning royalties.
I wish it was us.
Not sponsored.
It's all right for the jury.
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to proceed, I believe, once we have a little meeting over here. No, we've got three. We're good. We're good. Yep, I got numbers. We're all set. All right, Mr. Sheffield. There's been a little.
All right.
We're back.
Okay, great. Thank you, Merrill. Okay, Travis, I want to move to February 23rd. Okay. Let's start with where you were when your dad came in the house. Okay, where were you at that time? At that moment?
I was in the living room. I was trying to get my son to take a nap.
Okay, who were you with?
I had my son on my chest, obviously, and my mother was in there, and I think my sister was in there as well.
Okay, did your dad come in?
He did.
All right, what did you notice about your dad when he came in?
He came through the kitchen, the back kitchen door that leads to the garage, and he was in a almost frantic state. He came in, like I said earlier, he's had hip surgery, he's had a stroke, so him going at a fast pace is kind of a rare thing, and he was moving pretty quick.
Okay.
Coming in.
Did he say anything to you?
Yeah, he said, Travis, the guy that has been breaking in down the road just ran by the house. Something's happened.
The guy.
The guy.
Did you know who you meant by the guy?
I was under assumption that it was the same individual that I saw on the 11th
Okay.
because he was down there as well. Saw the same video.
Because who was down there as well?
My father was down there as well on the 11th and saw the same video and talked to Mr. Officer Rash with me as well. So I was under assumption that it was the same guy from the 11th as who he's speaking of that just ran by.
All right. So he comes in. The guy who's been breaking in down the street is back.
Yes.
Okay. Then what?
Yes. So he ran off. I think he told me to grab my gun.
Okay.
He said something's happening. Grab your gun. So I went to my room, which is the door is to the living room that I was in, and the first firearm that I had that was easily accessible because I had my son that week. My pistols were in the safe and everything was my shotgun. I just cleaned it or I had it out for something. So I grabbed the shotgun
Okay.
and walked out. Went out through the kitchen door to the driveway where my truck was.
Okay. So that was permanent marker. We've done that before. So you come out of your house. You can come from this far. You come out of your house, and you come out where?
I came out and went to the driveway, to the end of the driveway because my truck was at the very end. I think
Okay.
the boat was in the driveway. So right.
All right. So you come out.
Yep.
What do you do first?
So I went to the driver's side, or when I came out, Dad went into his bedroom, so I was by myself when I came out. I came out to see what was going on. I looked, obviously, out of the driveway or out of the garage, didn't see anything, and then went to the end of the road to where my truck was.
Okay. What'd you do?
I looked down to the right
Down back in which direction?
into the neighborhood towards Burford and Holmes.
Okay. So you
First.
look this way.
Yes.
All right.
And then I looked back down Satilla, where 220, where the house that has been having stuff stolen, and
All right.
I saw the guy run into was down there. I looked down there and I saw my neighbor Matt Albenzi in the road.
All right. Where was Matt?
Matt was on Satilla Drive. I thought he was right adjacent to the property there.
At what property?
To the 220.
Okay. So Matt Albenzi was up this way. Okay.
Yeah.
And what did you see or say or do?
So I came out when I saw Matt. I was right at the truck. So when I saw Matt down the road, he saw me and he pointed down the road, pointed down towards Burford and Satilla and Holmes towards me.
Did you see him point?
I did.
Where were you standing when you saw it?
I was right at the corner of the driveway and Satilla Drive. We have a group of mailboxes right there, and I was just on the inside of those mailboxes.
Okay. And he pointed in what direction?
Towards me down Satilla Drive.
Okay. Pointing this way towards Burford?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What did you think when you saw that?
At that moment, having Dad saying the guy that just ran by the house, the guy that been breaking into the house down the road, just ran by the house. I came out, didn't see him, and then saw Matt Albenzi, who was on scene on February 11th, who also saw the video and has been seen videos that we've talked about,
Sure.
pointing down the road. I thought it was reasonable that, okay, there's something to this. This guy may have just ran by. Matt may have just seen him, either caught him breaking in, stealing something, or the guy that owns the property that stays in the camper might be on property and just startled him, or God forbid, maybe there may have been an altercation or something happened.
Okay. They have broken in. Okay. So what did you do?
So at that time, my dad came out of the house through the garage as well, and he told me he ran down the road. He pointed towards Burford.
Told you who ran down
My
the
father told me the guy from the other night, which turned out to be Mr. Arbery, but he said the guy that just ran down Satilla.
Go ahead.
So he said, get in the truck, let's go down there.
Okay.
So, okay.
Your dad is communicating to you. He says, get in the truck.
Yes,
Okay. You said you had a shotgun.
I did.
Where did you put your shotgun?
I put it right between. There's a brand new truck, so it had vinyl seats. It's a 46. Is a bench seat. It's a work truck. And what I would usually do if I'm out in the woods or if I have a long gun with me is I put it between the seats. There's a crease between the two seat splits. So
It's the bench seat,
it is.
but there's a crease.
Yeah. So there's 3 different seats, but they're all across, and I just put my shotgun or rifle or whatever
Okay.
right there.
All right. Where's the muzzle?
The muzzle is down to the floorboard, touching the floorboard by the gas pedal.
All right. And where's the butt of the gun?
The butt of the gun, being that was a shorter shotgun. If y'all can see where I'm at here, if I'm sitting in the seat, the butt would be about right here. Right
Where
there.
did your dad get in the car?
So, Dad, I had a car seat in the truck at the time. It was a regular cab pickup, and
All right, stop there.
okay.
I've shown the statement I've marked as Travis McMichael Exhibit 14 for identification. Approach.
Yes.
I'm going to show you. Travis McMichael 14 for identification. Do you recognize it?
Yes.
What is it?
That is looking in the interior of my truck at the time with my son's car seat in the passenger seat.
Is that a fair and accurate depiction of the car seat in your truck?
Very, very much so. Yes.
Move to admit Defense Exhibit 14. Now publish.
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm showing you Defense 14. We're taking a look here. Obviously, this is the car seat we're talking about?
Yeah, same car seat.
Okay. All right, so where is your dad
He is
sitting?
he is stuffed in the car seat. He's kind of got half of him in the car seat, and this the car seat. He's kind of angled in it like this. He's stuffed. That's the term to say. He's stuffed in that car seat right there in the passenger seat.
And what is he saying to you, if anything?
I think he's cussing about it in the car seat, trying to get in the car seat. And I just started driving. At that point,
Which way are you driving?
I turn out and head towards Burford.
Okay. And what are you doing driving in that direction?
I'm trying to find out what's going on. I'm trying to analyze the whole situation, but looking for whoever it was that ran by. I haven't made any eye contact at the time. But
Have you personally determined who it was that ran by?
no, I did not.
Have you accepted what your dad has said, that this is in fact the guy?
I assumed that he was correct, but I wanted to verify.
Okay, so you said you started heading towards Burford.
Yes.
All right. Now we're towards Burford. What do you do, or what do you see?
Sometime before Burford, or as we're going, I asked my father. I said, "Did you call the cops, or the cops on the way?" I'm not sure exactly what I said. I think I said, "Did you call the cops?"
Okay. And so at this moment, you're asking him if he called the police.
Yes.
All right. And?
He said, "I know that he didn't. He didn't catch what I was saying. I don't think he was paying attention completely." He said, "Yes, yes." I assume that he has called the police.
Okay. You're saying, I know that he didn't. You mean as you sit here today, you know he didn't?
As minutes later, I realized that he
Okay.
did.
At this moment, what was your impression at this moment?
That the police have been called.
Okay. Where do you go now?
I continue about that time, right around there. We were at the corner of Satilla Holmes, and then Burford's a couple yards past that. We were about right there. There is a group of bushes and kind of a jog onto Burford.
Okay.
So you can't see. You can see straight down the road, but where we were at, you can't really. You can miss something.
All right. So there's bushes here at the corner of Burford.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's hard to see. All right. What do you do?
Continue on Burford. I look down Satilla. I look down Holmes. There's nobody.
All right.
On either side.
You're looking. Okay. Then you go this way.
Yep.
Now what?
As soon as we get on Burford, I see turn out to be Mr. Arbery running down the road.
Okay. So what are you doing when you first see him?
When I first see him, I'm trying to see if I recognize him.
Okay.
And he's running. He's got long strides. He's athletic. He's athletic. He was in great shape. He was at long strides. I recognized that run, but
Okay. So what did you do next?
So I continued to drive up to him. As I'm getting closer, I recognized his haircut.
Where would you say you are on Burford when you get close to him?
I was 2 houses down.
Okay.
It was the first 150 feet, I would say.
All right. Now, how fast would you say you're going?
At that point, I was probably riding the brake.
Okay. Are you honking?
No.
Are you hanging out the window yelling?
Nope.
All right. Do you eventually pull up next to him?
I do.
Do you hit him with your truck as you pull up next to him?
I do not.
Where are you when you pull up next to him?
I got closer to him. I was center line of the road.
Okay.
And he was 2 feet off the edge of the road, on the road, but he was 2-3 feet off from the edge.
Okay. As you're approaching him, are you making any observations?
Yeah, I'm realizing, at this point, I'm realizing this is more likely the same guy that I saw.
Okay.
But I'm also watching his hands, watching his motion, make sure he's not armed.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm coming into, and if it's the same guy for the 11th, then I have some suspicions that he may be armed and may act on it.
Okay. What do you do next?
So I come up to him, pull up alongside of him.
Okay.
That moment, I recognize it is him. It is the same guy that I saw from the 11th. I asked him, said, "Hey, what are you doing? What's going on?"
All right, stop. Are you still driving when you say this to him?
Yeah. I'm coasting. I'm staying with him. He's right there at my door.
Okay. Have you angled in front of him to block him?
I'm parallel with him.
Okay. You say, "Hey, go ahead. What are you doing?"
What's going on? What are you doing?
What's the tone of your voice when you say
just like that? Hey, what's going on? I'm trying to, like I said earlier, I'm using leaps. I'm trying to de-escalate. I know that this can be, this could go any way, but I'm trying to find out what's going on. I'm trying to find out why Mr. Albenzi's pointing down the road and he ran down the road, and if this is the same guy, then there could be something to this. Let's find out what's happening.
Okay. So you talk to him. What do you say?
Yeah. So I said, "Hey, stop for a minute. Stop. Will you please stop?" Well, he didn't say anything.
Can I quote you at "stop for a minute"? Stop. Please stop. Did you actually use the word "please"?
I'm sure I did. I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to keep this as non-volatile as possible. So I'm not screaming at the guy. I'm just trying to find out what's happening. So he pulls up, and one thing I do notice as I start talking is his demeanor.
What do you mean he pulls up?
I'm sorry. When I pull up alongside, not him, but when I pull up.
Go ahead.
But when I first talked to him, he looks over to me, but wasn't yelling at him. This first communication I had to him, and I was from 5 feet away from road lane from him, and he looked over at me, and he was.
Permission to get down, Your Honor? Right here? I'll come up. I'll approach. How far are we? You're in your truck. Turn and face this way.
Yeah, it was
Where is he?
about that. No further than where you are.
Okay. What are you saying?
Just, hey, what's going on? Hey, stop a minute. I want to talk to you.
What's he doing?
That's what I want to talk to you. Is actually what I was saying.
Does he stop running at any point?
No, at this point he is still running, but I noticed that he looks very angry. He's
Describe that. What do you mean?
mad. It wasn't what I expected. For just coming up and talking to him, it was clenched teeth, closed brow. He was mad, which made me think that something's happened. I don't know why would.
Okay.
It's not what I expected at all.
All right. So it's unexpected. So now what do you do?
So, kind of analyzing this, and I ask him again, ask him again, hey, will you stop for a second? He stops, or actually just turns and starts jogging back in a jog back, or going back up towards Burford and Satilla.
All right.
Back
So
where
he
he
starts to come back this way. All
Yes.
right. Does he speak to you?
He did not speak to.
Does he say, what? What do you want?
Yeah, he's never
Or leave me alone or anything?
nothing.
All right. So he starts to run back this direction. What do?
I back up. I
Okay.
Put the truck in reverse and match up with him again.
All right.
As I come up to him, I start to ask him, "Hey, what's going on? What's going on?" He turns and runs.
Turns and runs which way?
Back to. We're still in Burford. Back to Zellwood.
Back down this way. Okay. All right. Now,
I'm gonna look.
you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
When you pull up to him the second time and say, hey, what's going on? What do you mean by that question, what's going on?
I wanted to know, main thing, why is the neighbor pointing down the road from the direction where he's at? I mean, it could be nothing but with Dad saying that the guy that ran by, and then coming out, like, what's he talking about, and seeing someone pointing down the road from 220 from where I encountered him a week and a half prior, going into the house that has been burglarized. I have had stuff stolen that he's been in several times. That, all right, yeah, we need to figure out what's happening.
Okay. Have you now seen the video? You've been sitting here for the whole trial. Have you seen the video from Roddie Bryan's driveway?
Yes.
Were you aware of Mr. Bryan in that moment?
No, I didn't.
Did you see him on his porch?
I didn't. I never met him before. I didn't.
All right.
never-
All right. So did you know him before this moment?
No.
All right. Or did you ever have any kind of Facebook connection with him whatsoever?
No.
Ever call him on the phone?
No.
Okay. And at this moment, are you aware that he's on his porch and can see you and Mr. Arbery there together?
Did not.
All right. Stupid question time. Did you look at him and go, let's go, get in your truck, help us out?
No.
Okay. So he starts to run back up the road
Mhm.
after the second attempt at a conversation. Before he ran up the road, at that second attempt of conversation, did he speak to you and say, hey, what is it?
No.
What do you want? Or any kind of words whatsoever?
Not yet. No.
Did he make eye contact with you?
Yeah, we made eye contact the first time.
Okay.
The second time, I'm not sure. I mean, may have, but I was kind of watching his hands. I was more keen to his hands.
Okay. This time when you're backing up, did you back up to try to block him?
I did not.
When he started going forward, did you move in front of him and try to block
I
him?
did not.
All right. What did you do next?
As he took off running again, I put the truck in drive and stayed with him and kind of analyzing what's going on.
Let's explain.
Just watching, trying to figure out what's happening, watching his demeanor, or if he's what's happening.
Okay.
What is happening?
All right. Did you eventually reach him?
Yeah, I decided to come up to him again, to get up next to him again and try one more time and just tell him, hey, the police are coming.
All right, freeze.
Yep.
How far away, again, are you from him when you come up next to him down Burford Road?
Once again, I was center line. Tires were just on the other side of the center line, so my body was center line, and he was 2-3 feet off the road. So, for me to you, no further.
2 or 3 feet off the road?
No,
Was he on the
he
har-
was on the road, 2 to 3 feet from the edge.
Okay.
So he was. If this is the edge of the road, he was
All right.
running down the.
And this far away about?
No further than that. Yes.
4 feet? 3
4 feet.
Something like that?
Yeah. 4
Okay.
feet, 3, 4 feet.
Are you yelling?
No, I'm not. I'm actually probably softer than I was the first time.
All right.
Just trying to.
You said that you spoke to him now this third time when you get up here further down Burford Road. Does he stop running at any point up here?
Yeah, so after I get up to him again, I say, hey, I just want to talk to you. I want to know what's going on. He finally stops.
Okay.
Great.
I want to talk to you. I want to know what's going on.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
So we finally stop, ask what's going on. He never says anything to me. He's still looking at me angry. I'm thinking, man, this guy's, this could be volatile. Let's be kind of watching here. I ask him again, hey, what happened down the road? Why are people pointing down the road? Where are you running from? He didn't say anything, and he's still kind of in the same spot he is. He's not squaring up or anything like that. He's just standing there. And then I said, hey, the police are on the way. As soon as I said the police, he turned and ran straight back down Burford towards homes, Satilla.
He turns back and comes back down Burford, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The police are on the way, and then you say he turns and runs.
As soon as I said the police were on the way, he turned and sprinted down Burford.
Did that mean anything to you, the way he acted when you said that?
It did.
Like what?
Why would you, if nothing happened down there, totality of circumstance, if nothing happened down there, if the neighbor wasn't pointing down the road, if I haven't seen him on video, and the possibility that he is down there again, all that might be in play. If not, that's fine. If I say the police are on the way and you take off and run, getting away, then it's all right. There is he may have been caught in that house again, and he's up to probably been caught on that property and is trying to evade, trying to avoid from being stopped by the police. Well, obviously, he's running.
Trying to avoid being stopped by police.
Mm-hmm.
Did you, at any point in time, when you first approached him and made the first statement to him, hey, stop please, or when you reversed and said, hey, we just want to talk to you, or when you met him up the road for the third time, at any point, did that gun come off the seat, come out the window? Was it shown, brandished in any way whatsoever?
It was not. And matter of fact, as I'm going down, like I said, it's a brand new truck. I just bought this truck, this vinyl seats, and the seats weren't used to having stuff wedged between it. The shotgun slid out from my seat and ended up in the floorboard. I couldn't grab it if I wanted to.
Okay. Did you tell him you were going to shoot him?
No.
Okay. When he ran back, what did you do at that moment after he ran back down the road?
At that moment when I told him the police were on the way, during that time, like I said, this time he stopped. I thought we were about to we're about to communicate, see what's going on. About this time, my dad was getting out of the vehicle. I wasn't speaking to Dad. He's probably talking to me. I wasn't paying attention to him.
Okay.
So when Mr. Arbery turned and started running down the road, about that time, Dad was getting out of the vehicle, obviously to get out of the car seat, and started climbing into the back of the pickup truck.
Okay. What did you do?
Watching Dad. And then I realized...
What do you mean watching Dad?
Watching him try to get in the back of the truck.
Oh, okay.
And then I realized that my shotgun was down on the floorboard. Mr. Arbery is running away. I take the gun out and put it back into my seat. Wedge it back on the seat.
Okay.
One time contact, grabbed the firearm at that moment.
All right.
And that was just to put it back in the seat there.
Then what happened?
Dad's climbing the truck. I look down from all that, look up, and then there is a black Chevy pickup, or black pickup at the time I saw it. And it was on the left side of Satilla. If I'm looking down, the left side of Burford, if I'm looking down Burford towards Satilla and...
Okay, so this is the road.
Yes, sir.
You're looking down the road.
That's correct.
Not accurate distance here, but there's a Chevy truck.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The driveway is like this. Where is the Chevy truck? The road is like this.
In the truck...
Where's your truck?
The truck was like that.
Okay.
On the left side. Look at the way I'm looking at it, on the left side of the road.
Okay.
So,
And
like
what-
you were.
All right. And what are you watching happen?
So, I didn't know where the truck came from. I didn't know that it was, if it came, I was assuming that it came from the front of the neighborhood because I didn't see the vehicle come out anywhere.
Okay.
It was up here. It was just there. When I got done watching Dad and getting that gun secured and look up, that truck was there, and Mr. Arbery was at the truck, and he was at the left side of the truck, and I'm a couple hundred feet away from this, so I knew that he was on the truck. He was at the vehicle. I couldn't see what he was doing, but he went to the other side of the vehicle and then turned and then continued again.
Okay. Is there anything about his movement with the vehicle that was of interest to you?
Yeah, I didn't know if this guy was picking Mr. Arbery up or if he was involved with whatever happened down there, and he was trying to stop him, or I was scared to thought it was Mr. Arbery. One of my thoughts was I might hear a gunshot here. It's not what's happening. I was kind of just watching, just like what's happening on alert.
Okay.
And I watched that happen, and then from where I was, what it looked like is Arbery got in front of the vehicle and continued down the road.
Down towards
Satilla and
Holmes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What did you do?
Got back in my truck. At that time, my dad is obviously seeing this as well. And he is telling me to go down there, go down there, go down there.
As in
Drive the truck down to this vehicle to where Mr. Arbery and the vehicle was. I do not.
Why?
I don't want to. I don't know what is going on with this guy, and I don't want to escalate the situation. My thought at this point now is, whatever happened up there, there's a likelihood that something has happened, because when I tell him that the police are coming, he takes off running and then interacts with this vehicle, either trying to get in it or trying to avoid it, or whatever happened, something's not right. I don't know what's going on. The cops are coming. From my thought at this point, I'm not going to escalate this any further.
So what's your goal at this point?
My goal is to let the police know let the police know where he's at, and just kind of watch what's going on to see where he's at, to see where he's going.
All right. Well, you say you don't want to go back down this way because of what you see. So how much time do you think it's been, if it's even possible to estimate, from the time that you first tried to talk to him to the last time you tried to talk to him to the time that he runs back and engages with this black?
I would. This is an estimate, maybe 2 minutes.
Okay.
If that. 2 minutes might be a long time.
Okay.
I can't put a time on it.
All right.
I really don't know.
What do you do if you don't go that way?
So I continue. I decided to go to continue down Burford to Zellwood. Take this time to kind of get my bearings, just to figure out what to do, what's going on here.
Okay. So where do you go?
So I turn. So on the map, you can see where Burford turns to Zellwood.
All right.
I turn onto Zellwood to the left and start going down that road. I'm
Okay.
maybe 10 miles an hour. My dad's in the back of the truck, so I can't, with a new hip and stroke and all that. So I'm not going to go fast. I don't want to hurt him. So I'm making my way towards the front of the neighborhood.
All right.
I get to Holmes. I decide I'm going to turn on Holmes to see, more than likely, this guy's running back out of the neighborhood. I'm going to go to Holmes because I know that he is not behind me. I know that he's not where I could see down Holmes. And I know where he's been. I can kind of figure out where he's at, and then the police are going to be here at any second. If I encounter them before they encounter what's going on, I could tell them where I saw him last. Maybe we could finally have this guy called.
All right. So your option is to go up to the front of the neighborhood.
I could have, yes.
Okay. Instead, you come down Holmes.
Yes.
All right. When you get on Holmes, do you see anything?
I don't. I don't.
What happens next?
I drive down Holmes. I get about a house or two, halfway down to, I call it a dog leg. It's a real light turn. It's got some bushes and trees in
All
it.
right. Step forward just for a second and tell me if I'm pointing in the area of the dog leg.
Yes.
Is that about right?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to note it with kind of a bend in it.
Yeah.
What do you mean by dog leg?
I can't see the very end of the road.
Okay.
That's-
So it's a visual that you can't see past.
That's correct.
Okay. So you come down Holmes, you say.
Uh-huh.
Do you see anything?
I don't.
All right. What do you do?
Continue. At this point, I'm maybe riding the brake.
Okay.
I'm just sitting.
All right. At any point in time, do you see something?
Yes, about halfway down.
Halfway down Holmes to the dog leg.
To the dog leg.
Okay.
I see Mr. Arbery. He is in the apex of the dog leg, turning. I don't see him directly at me. He's in the process of turning at this point.
Is he on the road?
He is.
Okay, I'm going to put it over here to the side just so I can have some room. But you're saying that you see him turning?
That's correct.
Okay. You see him turn.
Yes.
All right. What do you do?
I continue, same speed, continue to go that way.
You approach the dogleg.
I get to the dogleg, yes.
Do you see Roddie Bryan? You now know Roddie Bryan. Do you see the black truck at this moment?
I did not.
Meaning when he does the turn to come back down, do you see a truck following him?
No, there's no truck at that point.
Okay. So what do?
I continue on down Holmes. At this point, I am driving towards Satilla, and from the last time that I saw, this was just a second or two that I saw Mr. Arbery, because he was in that corner. So he was in the middle of the turn, and then a few strides, and then he was out of sight.
All right,
So
stop. Do you, I said mash the gas, which the Southerners say. Did you step on the gas and haul tail down the road?
No,
Okay.
no, I stayed whatever I was at. I was riding. I wasn't on the gas. I wasn't on the brake.
All right. So he's
At idle.
continuing to run. Do you come across the dogleg?
Yes,
All right. When you come around the dogleg, do you see anything?
yes.
What do you see?
I see the black vehicle. At this point, is at Satilla and Holmes.
Okay.
It has, at this point, turned and is coming to me from Satilla and Holmes towards Zellwood, and I'm coming from Zellwood towards Satilla.
All right. So I'm gonna put a, where we got, is it Chevy? So I'm gonna put a C right there. So you see a vehicle down where?
At the end of Holmes on Satilla side.
Okay. And where is Mr. Arbery?
Mr. Arbery is with the vehicle, front quarter panel,
What side?
driver's side.
Driver's side. So over on this side.
Yes.
Okay. Doing what?
He is running with the truck, and then as we're getting closer, he looks like he's grabbing the truck at that point.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking it looked like he was trying to get in the door. If he wasn't, the vehicle wasn't behind him. He wasn't behind the vehicle. He was with the vehicle, and he was on the vehicle. There was an open yard right there. This was about where the scene happened.
Okay.
And so everything was open, but he was with the vehicle as it's coming, and they were on the right side, which would be his right side when they're coming.
On the right side of the road.
Yes.
On the correct car
right,
side of the
yes.
road. Okay.
And slowly, and it wasn't a run, it was an idle pace, I guess, for a vehicle. He was on a job. But he was with the vehicle, and they were coming into my lane.
All right. Are you at all wondering why Mr. Arbery is not going somewhere other than this vehicle?
That was my first thought. I don't know why he was.
Okay.
It was. My thought was, why is he attacking a truck? Why is he hitting a truck?
All right. Now, you're coming toward this truck now.
I was coming to. Yeah, I was. Yes, I was coming to the truck, coming to a stop.
All right. Are you communicating with this truck at all?
No.
Doing any kind of signals, not arms out the window, telling him to do anything?
No,
Is he signaling to you? Can
No.
you even see the driver inside the
no,
truck?
I didn't. I did not, and no, I didn't see the signals.
Okay. What happened? Let me ask this question. When you get to the point where you see Mr. Arbery do the turnaround up here, do you shout anything out at him?
No, I don't believe I did.
You lean out the window with a gun or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No.
How much time would you say, you think it was, you estimated 2 minutes at this phase here. How much time would you say that you've spent now coming around to this moment?
It was probably the same. It was whatever a vehicle idling, or
Okay.
getting coming through there. I might have been on the gas, 10 miles an hour, but it was.
Can you
2
hear
minutes.
anything? Is your dad talking to you? Do you hear anything?
I wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
That was not my.
You can have a seat.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's awkward with this board. All right. Once you see what's happening here, what happens next?
I'm at the point. I'm coming to a stop.
Okay.
I am going to Satilla Drive. I'm in the left lane.
All right.
I'm probably 20 feet 25, 30 feet from where I stopped at the at the time of the shooting. I'm back that way, but they are coming down Holmes from Satilla,
Yes.
and as he is on this truck, they are slowly angling into my lane.
From the right side of the road, the correct side to go this direction,
Real
coming
shallow angle like that.
into your lane.
Yep.
Okay.
So they get to where he gets to where I'm pretty much they're in the front of my vehicle. I'm at a stop. I'm thinking, hey, I hope he doesn't hit my truck, because obviously the driver of the Chevy, Mr. Bryan, is involved with Arbery. Arbery's involved with Mr. Bryan. I don't think they see me at all. I don't think there's no correlation with me here. They get to 10 feet of my vehicle, and Arbery splits from the vehicle and runs down my passenger side between my truck and the ditch.
Okay. So
There's a
up
bush there.
this side in the grass, of the grass side of the road.
Yes.
Okay. So he runs that way. What about the black truck?
The black truck pulls off, gets back
Yeah.
into his correct lane,
Okay.
and Mr. Arbery starts running.
Yep.
And then they're heading to the dog leg,
Yep.
and the last I see is him in front of the black truck, and the black truck is continuing, but it wasn't accelerating or anything like that. They
Okay.
were broke off from each other at that point.
And you said they were heading toward the dog leg.
Towards the dog leg, towards Zelwood.
Did they go around the dog leg?
Yes. Yes.
Did you lose sight of them?
Yes.
Okay. What did you do at that moment?
Continued. I'm not exactly sure exactly what I did at that moment, but I pulled the vehicle back up 10 feet and stopped and parked from there.
Pulled the vehicle back up. What do you mean?
Or, no, I'm sorry. After they passed, I continued to go forward to Satilla Drive.
Before you moved forward, still, did you throw it up in reverse and start trucking backwards to go?
I did not.
Why not?
No, so once again, I don't want to escalate the situation. This is getting out of hand. This guy's now looks like he's trying to get in this vehicle, verified from what I suspected on Burford when he was up there.
Okay.
And the way that he interacted with the vehicle, and then my past experiences with him is no, I'm not. I don't want to get involved in this. I don't want to get with this unless I have to.
As they passed you, as Mr. Arbery passed you, did you roll the window down and hang the shotgun out the window?
No,
Did you pull the shotgun and aim it at him?
I did not.
Did you yell at him or say anything to him?
I don't believe I did. Well, no, I did.
Okay. You get to the end of where you said you parked.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now you're down here. I'm just going to move it over. So there's our street. You're parked down here. Again, here's the dog leg. All right. They're out of sight.
Yes.
All right. Why did you park there?
He is out of sight at this point. They're gone. There's no longer. There's nothing going on in front of me. I'm still under the impression that the police are coming. This guy's obviously something's not right. He seems dangerous to me. He's trying to get in this vehicle. I'm still under impression the police are coming. I could see down to my house. I could see down to this dog leg. I can see Burford, and I can see the rest of Satilla. This is a good chunk of the neighborhood, and I know where he just left from. If the police come, which I would assume would come off of Highway 17 and come down Satilla Drive, past my house to where they were encountering me where I'm at, I can give them a good description of what's happening or where they're at. Hey, it's down this road or this road or this road or that road. By the side of the state, right there where I was at.
All right. And where is your house compared to where you're seated in your car at that time, where you're parked?
It's 3 houses down on Satilla. I could see it looking across that open yard.
Okay.
I can see the yard. I can see the house there, man.
Okay.
Shouting distance from it.
All right. So now you're parked. You've taken up view. What do?
Get out of the vehicle, analyzing, seeing what's the situation, seeing if what's going on with Dad. At that point I said, where are the cops? Where are the police? Dad said, I don't have the phone. Well, all right. The cops haven't been called. Let me grab my phone. I go to reach for my phone and I look back. I don't know if Dad yelled or if I was looking down the road, but I look down the road and I see Mr. Arbery running back towards me.
All right. So he is now coming back across the dogleg.
Yes, he's visual on the dog leg.
Okay. Do you know anything that has happened on the other side of the dogleg?
I do not.
Okay. But you say you see him running back towards you.
Yes.
All right. What happens?
I yell at him to stop. Stop where you're at. And I'm at this point, hey, stop. More aggressive, more of control.
Where is he running? Where is he running towards you? Is he in the road? Is he in grass?
No, he's in the road. He's in the road on the same. I want to say he's in the same lane. He wasn't He wasn't in the other lane. It might have been center lane to the center of the same lane. But he wasn't in the grass. He wasn't in the ditch. He wasn't in the center lane.
Okay. He's running towards you. How far does he get towards you before you start saying stop?
And the straightaway, so it was probably 30 yards.
Okay. And you, again, tell us what you do. Show us how you do it.
Yeah, so I yell at him to stop. Stop right there. Stop right there. He's continuing. We were in eye contact. He's getting closer. I'm thinking he's not looking left. He's not looking right. It's not and the way he's running, it's not a full sprint. It's not a jog. The best way to describe it is like you got a running back. You're about to throw a pass, and they're staged up. They're kind of on their toes, ready to bolt. Mm-hmm. He was at that moment. He was in that stance, I guess, or in that run.
Okay. So 30 yards.
Mm-hmm.
You say he's making eye contact
He is.
with you.
Yes.
You say
To stop where you're at.
okay.
He continues. He gets about where you're at from me at this point. This is the second, 2 seconds.
What do you mean this is 2 seconds?
How long it took from me yelling at him to stop to realizing that he is coming to me. That
Okay.
I need to do something about this.
All right.
At this point, he's continuing, still eye contact. I'm at my truck, doors open. I'm on the inside of my door. I see he's coming. I go to grab for my shotgun. As soon as I turn and go for my shotgun, he turns. At this point, he made it to about 10 feet from the back of my truck. My dad's yelling at him. And he runs back towards Dogleg.
Goes back towards
Zelwood on
Holmes, obviously.
Holmes, yes.
So he comes down. I knew I was going to do it. It's the permanent. He runs down here to a point. You're saying stop, and then you say he turns around and goes back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. What do you think? When did he turn? At what point did he turn?
He was about, like I said, about 10 feet from the back of my truck, but my action going into my truck is what made him turn, I believe.
Okay. He turns, then what happens?
Starts running back down till I pull the shotgun out and I start going down there to see what's happening. I said, no, I need to stay where I'm at. My dad's up here in the back of the truck. I know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on down there. And this guy is still irrational. It's still not, something's still not right about this. I'm going to stay right where I'm at.
Okay.
So I put the shotgun right back on the door, pick up the phone, call 911.
Okay.
As soon as I call 911, dial, I pick it up to the ear, and I see Mr. Arbery turn and come back. I don't know how long it took. I mean, it was seconds. It was less than...
Okay. So he's gone back. When you told him to stop the first time on Holmes, now he's gone back across the dogleg,
Ran
which
out
is
of
up
sight.
here. Back across. Now he's coming back. Okay. This is now the second time he's coming back down Holmes.
Yes.
Okay. You said you just given the cell phone to your dad.
Yes.
How is it that you decided to call 911 at that moment?
It was prior to the second encounter, or prior to the encounter I just had with him.
Yeah.
I asked my dad, I said, where are the police? And he said that he didn't have his phone. And I realized that he has not called 911. And actually, as that was going on, I had to crawl into my truck and go to the passenger floorboard where my phone was. It slid off. And called 911. And as soon as I called 911, I looked, and Mr. Arbery has already passed the dog leg and was coming back again. So
When he comes back again across the dog leg, did you see anything behind him?
no,
Do you see the black truck anywhere?
I did not.
Other than Mr. Arbery, do you see anything?
No, it was just I was focused on Mr. Arbery.
And how is he coming back?
Same way that I just mentioned to you prior. He was in a jog at a pace.
Okay.
Like I said, he was like spring loaded, like a running back, like he's ready to bolt or to move any way he wanted, But he was focused on me.
Right. Now, you've seen the video showing him running towards you. Right. Is that what you believe to be this moment now?
Yeah, this is that moment.
Okay.
Yes,
As he's running towards you at this moment, what are you thinking?
that I'm pretty sure that he is going to attack.
What makes you think that?
The totality of this circumstance, what I just witnessed with the truck, what happened on the 11th, the way that he acted on the 11th, and then his eye contact on me, and not looking left or right or pivoting and avoiding where I'm standing, where I'm at on this truck.
Are there, in your mind at that moment, are there places that Mr. Arbery could run to?
Yes.
Are there locations available to run to or through?
Yes.
Like what?
Yards. There's yards. There's ditch. The ditch that was right there at that scene is shallow. Like when run back to where I saw him with Mr. Bryan's truck, one of the things that kind of threw me off was as they're coming, he wasn't blocked. He could have went into this ditch here and into this open yard. It's a very shallow ditch. It's probably from mound to mound 4 feet wide, but it was maybe 2 feet deep all the way across, and it was dry. You could hop across it.
At any point, do you see in the video, we all see in the video where you raise your shotgun?
Yes.
You see that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember doing that?
I do.
Why'd you do that?
He was closing in. At this point, I've yelled at him to stop several times. At this one again, I screamed at him to stop, screamed to stop. He is focused in on me, and he's at this gate where he's looking like he's about to run. He has the possibility to get this burst out. And if he gets this burst out at this point when I pulled the shotgun, I wouldn't have time to react if he wanted to get on me or to pull a gun or have a knife, or if he wanted to do ill will. At this point, this is when I needed to show him to deter him to do not come at me.
How do you know at this point you have to do that?
Because everything that's happened, everything that's going on, and him closing in on me.
No, I mean, how do you know at this point that you have to raise the gun, or he could be on you like that?
From training and prior experience. There's a thing called Tooler drill.
A what?
Tooler drill.
Okay.
A 21-foot roll, I think, is popular anyway.
Okay.
It says that any average person, it takes 21 feet for somebody to react. It's an average of 21 feet for somebody to react, to pull a weapon and fire 2 shots at somebody that charges you with a knife or anything like that. Mr. Arbery's already running. He's at a pretty good clip. He's directed at me. He sees that I have a weapon. I'm yelling at him to stop, and he's continuing. At that point,
he sees that you have a weapon.
Mhm.
How do you know that he sees you have a weapon? What do you do?
I had the weapon out at this point, and I had it down at a position like this. Port arms is what they call it.
Okay.
And it's blatant that I had this shotgun.
When you raise it at that moment, for the reasons that you did, does it have the effect that you hoped it would?
Yes, it did.
Which was what?
It did. He angled. He no longer went my direction.
Okay.
As soon as I drew the weapon on him, you could see in the video that he darts to the left, and darts to the right and then commits to the right. When he does that, as soon as he darts, I put the weapon back down and move away from my vehicle. Make a distance. I'm thinking he's going to go across this yard.
Well, what if he did?
I'll just let him keep on going. Let him run on by, like I've done on Burford, like I let him do on Holmes when him and Chevrolet found him.
You say you let him do it. You mean when you were on Burford and he ran away from you?
Yes.
You mean you didn't follow him?
I did not.
You didn't shoot him?
No.
And on Holmes, is that what you mean when he ran away from your direction?
That's right.
Didn't follow him?
No.
Didn't shoot him. So if he comes around the right side of the truck and decides to bolt through the yard, was the yard open?
It was.
And if he did that, what would you do next?
I watched him run on by. It was at this point, I know the police are coming now, and I know they're going to come from the front of the neighborhood, and if he turns right, he is going out of the neighborhood. And I could watch him, I could see him, see where he's going, and he's gone. He is no longer a threat to that vehicle that he was just interacting with. He's no longer a threat to my father or myself. If he turned left, I know which way he went. Police come in, hey, he's right down there. Or if he turns around and goes back the other way, that's where he's at.
Coming towards you, you raise a shotgun.
Yes.
To deter, he has the effect, he turns. Now where does he go?
He makes it to the corner of the road. He never goes into the grass.
Okay.
Straightens up and starts running back straight to the truck where my father's in the back of it.
You've seen the video. I don't want to ask you to interpret what you've seen on the video. I want you to tell us what you were seeing at that moment.
Okay.
When he runs up the right side of the truck, what are you thinking?
That he is after I deter or after I point the shotgun at him, when he angles and then he turns and starts making it directly to the truck, I'm thinking, well, he's coming back to the truck again. My father's in the back of the vehicle.
So what? Your dad's in the back of the vehicle. So?
Yeah, so the path he's making, he's going to make contact with the vehicle, going to be around the vehicle. He can jump up, grab dad, or still under impression that he might be armed, and he could run up and shoot. I'm not going to be able to see him at this point. I have a vehicle between me and him. So at this point, I leave. I'm a little past my door.
If this is your door and this is the truck, at some point, are you in the crux of the door?
I was when he was running to me when I drew the weapon. I was right outside of the crux, right at the edge of the door jamb.
Okay.
And then when he turned and went to the passenger side of my vehicle when he flexed, I went ahead and moved to center of the road. That's what I did.
Oh, outside of this. Why?
Yeah, I was gaining distance. I was making distance. It was obvious. I thought it was obvious at the time that he was going to glance and just go through that yard. That was what I was thinking was going to happen.
You said your dad's in the back of the
He
truck.
is.
Stupid question.
Yeah.
Do you love your dad?
Yeah.
Are you worried about him?
Yes, I was. Yeah, I'm on that side of the vehicle. He's running back. I'm losing. I'm not going to see what he's doing, what he's capable of, what he's going to do. I don't know what he's going to do.
What do you mean you're losing?
I'm losing visual, losing sight of him, losing where his hands are.
Because of what?
Because of my vehicle.
Okay.
Because of my truck.
All right, so where do you move to?
I moved to the front of my truck, and at this point, I'm thinking either he's on my dad at this point, or he is going to run by, or he's going to see that I have gone to the front of my truck, and he's going to finally turn and glance, or glance to go across that yard. I don't know. He can try to jump in my truck from the passenger side. He could lay down. He could draw a weapon if he's at this point. This is the point that's critical that I think.
All right, so just
is a critical point.
to be deliberate about this.
Yeah.
If this is the front hood of your truck, this
On which side?
front right,
Okay.
so the steering wheel's right here.
Okay. Yes, sir.
This
Gotcha.
is the passenger side, and you're back over here.
That's correct.
Okay. You're saying you can't see what happens there. You can get in the truck. Is this in your mindset at all?
It was, yes. It was.
And what is this?
It's hiding. It's hiding or being away from me, cover, concealment.
Cover concealment.
Yeah, he's covered. He's concealed. I can't see him. I can't see what his actions are, what he's doing. Can't see his hands, can't see what he's got. Still under the impression that he might be armed.
Okay.
He's close to my father. I can't see what's happening. I need to see what's going on. And he has access to my vehicle, which is still running, by the way.
So what do you do?
So I go to the front of my vehicle.
All right, front where?
Front left corner panel, turning into it, going to the front of the hood.
All right. So if we're here, this is the front left of the quarter panel, and this is the right front quarter panel from here to here. Where do you come to on the front of your car?
Right to the, I guess it'd
Say
be the
just
light.
right here. So I'm now standing at the front quarter panel.
Yeah,
Now I'm back away from it. Where are you?
right at the light, right at the corner of that quarter.
Right here.
Yep.
Where's your gun?
It's in my hands, port arms.
Port arms is what?
I'm down. I got it down, both hands on it, hand on grip, and on both
And
grips.
what are you doing?
Coming around, I get to it. I was going to get to the front, to the center of the vehicle. At that point, he was right there. If he decided to turn, he'd see me and continue running.
Okay.
That was what I would
What
assume was going to happen. I get to the front of the truck, and by the time I get to the front of the truck, he is at the front corner panel on the right-hand side, and he turns and is on me. I mean, in a flash. I mean, immediately on me.
On you doing what?
He grabs the shotgun, and I believe I was struck on that first instance that we made contact.
What were you thinking at that moment?
I was thinking of my son. It sounds weird, but that was the first thing that hit me.
What did you do?
I shot.
Why?
He had my gun. He struck me. It was obvious that he was. It was obvious that he was attacking me. That if he would have got the shotgun from me, then it was this is a life or death situation, and I'm going to have to stop him from doing this. So I shot.
Did he stop when you shot?
He did not. No, he did not.
Can you remember everything, every hand, every movement? Can you remember those things?
No, I know that I was. I know that I got hit, and I know that I was weapon retention. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
With a shotgun or a rifle, it's called the push-pull method. And when somebody's got a weapon, you go to port arms, and you push out and you pull down, is what you're taught. I was a stickler with it, with everybody that we trained. That was my biggest fear, that somebody's on a boat and they come up because the pistol's holstered. Rifle or shotgun, you got it in your hand. It'd be easier for somebody to get it from you. So I always exclusively train people to do this push-pull. So it's natural for me. It's trained into, it's muscle memory. And when this happened, I was in port arms. I got struck, and I remember when I came down, I got hit in the top of the head, and he had the weapon in his hand. So I pushed and pulled, still getting hit. And
Did you get it free from his grip?
I don't believe I did. I don't know. I don't know exactly when or where, or if he continued grabbing. But we were together. We were locked up. He was on that shotgun.
You've seen the video we talked about where you see you're being pushed across. Do you remember that? Do you remember where your bodies were moving?
I know that he was. I didn't know where I was at, but I knew that he was on me. I knew that I was losing this. I knew that if I was getting tripped, if I would have tripped, or if he would have got a lucky strike on my head, or if I would have lost that grip on that shotgun, that I would have been shot, or I'd have been in serious trouble at that point. I knew that he was overpowering me, but I didn't know which direction or what mechanics he was doing to overpower me.
At that time, did you remember how many times you shot the gun?
No, I didn't. I thought I shot twice. And
But you shot it. You shot it.
Yes. Yes.
Do you remember how many times you did?
I thought it was twice until later on speaking with the investigator that I realized that it was 3 shots. But I shot the first shot. I knew I shot, and then the second shot, I shot again because I was still fighting. He was all over me. He was still all over that shotgun, and he was not relenting. So I shot again to stop him. That third shot, which I thought was second, that final shot, my dad came out and he was yelling that he's got his hand under him. I turned around. We got over there and pulled his hand out from under him and realized that he was deceased. And I looked up and the police were right there. I stood up, realized that that I got a gun here and that he's passed away. The police are on scene, so I walked over to the side and put my shotgun down. After that, it was a blur. It was shocking. It was a blur.
Do you remember speaking to the police on the scene?
I do.
Do you remember going back and giving a statement to Officer Nohilly?
Yes.
Did Officer Nohilly give you an opportunity to reject talking to him?
He did.
Did you agree to talk to him?
Yes.
Do you remember having to sign a form and all that technical legal stuff?
Yeah, he told me, he gave me my Miranda rights, and I agreed to them and agreed to make a statement.
What was it like sitting in the room with Detective Nohilly, trying to recall the specifics of this event?
I struggled. I was trying to give him as much information as possible. I thought that I did a good job until I've read the statements.
Oh, you did a good job at what?
At giving him a clear idea of what happened. Reading the statements now, I was all over the place.
All over the place in what way?
In describing what happened, giving the dates and the timeline of what happened, it seemed that I was speaking. It seemed like I was reliving the situation. I would go to one thing. I would say I saw him on Burford, and then we lost the phone. But when I grabbed the phone, it was just everywhere. I was everywhere, and it was under stress. I was under. This was less than 2 hours after.
Yeah.
After shooting, I was not in my right mind at that.
Travis, you understand that you've been charged with having an agreement of sorts with Roddie Bryan.
Objection.
What's the objection?
Well, we can get it's the way you're describing the charges.
Okay. All right.
That's the statement.
Travis, did you ever coordinate with Roddie Bryan to box in Ahmaud Arbery?
No, sir.
Did you ever do anything to try to use him as a bookend to try to corner Ahmaud Arbery?
I did not.
Did you want to stop Ahmaud Arbery and talk to him?
I did.
Did you want to stop him and hold him so the police could come and arrest him?
That was my plan. Yes, sir.
And by hold him, I mean, detain him, not let him go anywhere, at least keep an eye on him.
Leading.
It's a statement.
Yes.
Okay, don't answer. It's been sustained. Sorry. Been sustained. Other than the time that you put your shotgun on your shoulder and the time that you had it in your hands when Mr. Arbery grabbed it, did you ever pull out your gun?
No, I did not. I had my gun out and was walking towards the dogleg, the first encounter we had on Satilla, on Holmes, but he was already running away. He didn't see it, and
Fair enough. I asked you to pull
that
it
was,
out.
Yeah, but
That I think you've explained. You're just putting it back in the truck. Did you leave the house that day with the intention to kill the guy
I did
that
not.
your dad mentioned to you?
I did not.
Did you leave the house that day with the?
Objection, leaving.
It's not telling him that he did in fact leave the house that day. It's did you leave the house that day?
It's sustained. It's a yes or no question. Don't ask him a yes or no question, and it's a leading. Yeah.
Well, it's not a leading if the answer could be yes or no. But
We can debate it all you want, Mr. Sheffield.
I
It's
understand.
sustained.
I understand. Okay. Give me 1 second, please. All right. No further questions. The state will have cross.
Let's do this. Let's take a 10-minute recess. And we'll come back for additional evidence.
All right, for adjourned.
All right, let's go ahead and take 10 minutes. We're in recess. So you can go ahead and step down.